I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. I was just messing around with some of my settings. I wasn't intending on capping off the amount of songs I was doing for whatever I'm going to call the next album, because I write a song every day, so just at a certain point, I just go, all right, that's an album, and then I get sick of the sounds I'm using on my template, change it around. So I was just messing around with some stuff on my guitar tone, and then I ended up changing the whole thing, and I was like, you know what, I'm at 15 songs, it's happening. I changed the drums around, guitars around, everything. They're not going to be too much different, it's just a little bit of EQ stuff, and the drums are drastically different because I just picked a whole different kit. I'm using samples on Superior Drummer 3, and I trigger them with my drum kit behind me. The drum loop that you're hearing, though, is just a big loop that I've got pulled all the way across my template, so I can use that as a metronome because it's just nicer than this. Like I said, I write a song every day, so I just come out here, do stuff, organize it into a general outline, which is pretty much just verse, chorus 3 times, and change that per song as need be. All right, I got it. I'm going to add a little bit of an ambient thing to the verse. All right, I'm going to do an improvised guitar solo. I just tuned this thing. I was messing around with the sound a little bit, and I tweaked it a little bit more on the clean low end and less on the distortion part. So I've got this thing split within the plugin, actually. So I've got a clean low, distorted high, you know, typical rock bass stuff, but I just kind of like adjusted that. So I have to remember to bake that into the template after I'm done here. All right, bass guitar's done. I am gonna get rid of this loop and play some drums. That's the bass. I got a virtual bass thing. Those were high notes, but that was the bass. Okay, now I'm on the drum part. See, that's why I do that. I'm making sure I'm on the right track. So, vocals, I put down some lyrics real quick. I text them in, copy paste a bunch of sections and do it pretty quickly that way. Came up with a scratch track, which is just me humming melodies in so I can put lyrics down to kind of fit the form of it. That kind of thing. I'm gonna go for it, for the verse at least. So I just sang the verse parts and didn't do anything in the chorus. That's good for me because I compartmentalize. I'll remember what I'm doing, and then when I get to the next part, I'm like, blank. Boop out another track there. And I am going to remind myself of this melody. I decided when I did this new thing I was gonna try and simplify again because it's getting a little nuts adding on all kinds of like virtual guitars and extra fake harmony things because I got some new toys. Gonna use it a little more sparingly because, I don't want to overdo that stuff. So this is probably just gonna be straight through vocal, save for I'm gonna add some compression onto it so it's, a little bit more uniform volume. Same thing with the guitars. I just kind of did it. The drum set I like, it's got a little more dynamics. I was using a kind of like progressive metal thing you'd hear on some kind of gent type stuff, and it was pretty remarkably loud on every hit. Like, not much range to it. This is a little better than that. Still got a little bit of power though, so I like it. Yeah, that's it though. Well, the vocals are done, song's done. That's how I put my songs together. I just do a lot of improvising. I started this thing at like 9:30. It's 10:14, so all right, so the lyrics I put down are going to be in the bottom of the description box. I always just copy paste those right down there. In the middle, you'll find where you can find me online. The top of my description box has Bible teaching link. I said right in the beginning it's Christian rock, so the thing is, I notice a lot of really bad teaching, and I just decided this is really good teaching. Everything else piles on a whole bunch of stuff. Lots of baggage that just takes text out of context, which is error, and perpetuates error, and tags on a whole bunch of other stuff like denominational, traditional, etc. things. This teaching is just objective teaching right out of the book. What did the writers intend, or what were they intending when they wrote the scriptures? Translation from the original languages, grammar, historical context, and anything to get that meaning. Also using old extant or fragmented manuscripts, and they've got a huge collection. So it's really good on-point teaching, and that's why I put it there. It's just a resource if you want to check it out. My stuff, subscribe, like, comment, share. You'll keep hearing the music, seeing me write a song every day. And I just try and come out here and, get it down. Sometimes I come up with a meh song. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's downright sucky, but that's the thing. I just come out here and do it. So, yeah. All right. I'll see you later. Song's coming up next. Thanks for watching. Bye.